All right, Aries. So I am feeling like your stomach is going to be more sensitive this month, whether it's because it's holiday season and you're eating more, you're eating off your standard diet, whatever you normally eat, or if you're drinking more or whatever. But I would just be mindful of that. Obviously, enjoy yourself, but just watch what you eat. Like, I wouldn't go like too far off the ledge or whatever. We have the Five of Pentacles with Temperance, and I feel like this is a feeling that I feel like a lot of you are feeling separated from health, or separated from feeling like your full self, because Temperance obviously talks about healing, but for me it's a very like medically sound health type of card, that kind of healing. Yes, it does talk about your soul and whatnot, but it does have a strong resonance to the physical body and what is required in order to feel fully connected and in peace and in balance with your physical body. And with the Five of Pentacles here, you know, if you haven't gotten, like, if you don't have insurance or anything like that, and you haven't gotten your checkups, like, I would do whatever you can to just like get everything checked out with the doctor. I don't think anything's wrong with you, but I just feel like there's a separation between you and wellness. And I'm also getting that there's this feeling that like you have a long road ahead of you until you'll feel, quote, whole again, or until you'll feel, you know, 100% healed, or 100% back in tune with yourself. I also feel like drinking water is going to do wonders for you. Yeah, and you know, with the Hanged Man and the Eight of Pentacles here, I feel like it's important that you take all the time you need to get yourself back to 100%. Don't allow like fear of missing out on a party or anything like that put your health in detriment. With the Hanged Man too, I feel like it might take you until Pisces season to get back, going. Maybe you're taking a modified schedule at work, or just you have less work than normal. Sometimes, especially, granted, if this is causing you financial constraints, I understand the issue. But if Spirit hands you a lighter workload, I feel like that is a gift. And that is probably what you need to heal yourself, or heal and connect back into your own purpose as well. Because I feel like there's a lot of things that you need to work on that are more internal, and just very personal to you. And any break that you're being given right now is allowing you the time to see clearly where you want to direct your life going forward and where you want to put in your efforts. Because I feel like there's just this message overall of like, it's going to be a long road. Like, it's a long road to healing. It's a long road till I feel better. It's a long road till I feel at peace, like that kind of stuff. But in reality, you're chipping away at something every day. And just, don't think about, oh, I have to go full steam ahead and then I'm going to get burnt out. Like, don't apply your Martian energy in that manner. Apply it in a way where you can stretch it out and look at the milestones that you've hit. All right, Aries. So very interesting spread, especially in comparison to what came up first. Being that there's a lot of 10 energy in here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel that there's an energy around being stable in what you have and feeling really, really secure in what you have. And with that, when we start to become really secure in what we have and feeling good and knowing that things aren't fleeting, like, I feel like it's important for you to know that things aren't fleeting, especially when no matter who comes or who goes, ultimately it's our job to get us into a good feeling place, right? We can allow the tides to turn, right? We can allow things to ebb and flow. And this month, I feel like you're going to be counting your blessings in a whole new manner that you previously really, um, not that you weren't able to, you did, but it's like a different, deeper form of gratitude and a deeper, different form of resonance with your higher power and with your higher self, and how this path has taken you, to the destination that you're at now. Granted, this is kind of like, again, we spend a lot of time with family around holidays or loved ones, or we spend a lot of time in reflection because we don't have all those things. So I feel like these are just in general themes that come up for people at this time, but they're all coming up for everyone in their own individual manner. The energy that you're being initiated into this month is the thinking man. And with the thinking man, being that Aries is a masculine sign in general, right? Mars. I feel like you're learning how to use your masculine energy in a new way and understanding that your energy and effort and your willingness to get up and go, your willingness to exert yourself, the value of it increases when you have a plan. The value of it increases when you have a strategy, when you have a long game, when you have a vision, right? And some of you may be writing New Year's resolutions or goals or looking over what you achieved, because I feel like your energy is, in no way is it tapped out. In no way. I feel like you have a new perspective on everything that you're capable of. And you're like, you know what? My energy is super precious. I wonder what I can accomplish if I hone it more and put it towards this direction, or if I hone it this way and put it in that direction. Because your overall energy is strength. And this is about where our power lies and what your innate strengths are as a person, right? And the ways in which you can endure, right? Because the strength card also talks about endurance, and courage, and being willing to, kind of like the temperance card in the beginning and the thinking man, temper sometimes our desire to go for the jugular in order to redirect that energy into something that is of a much larger magnitude. So I feel like you are kind of, it's almost like when you have like a hose and without a nozzle on it, it just flows out however, right? But it's like once you put the nozzle on it, you can quickly adjust in every scenario what you want the flow of the water to be. So I feel like you're getting a grip over your power and over what you are, what innately makes you you. And you're able to spread it onto things that matter more. So I feel like you're getting more picky about what you're willing to entertain. Now, on the other side of this, based on the other cards that are here, the strength card is often a very sexual card, or it can be. It can be about desire and kind of looking at people like prey, which is like not in a disrespectful way, but in a good way. So I feel like, especially for those of you that are single, or your love life, if you're in a relationship, had gotten dull in some way, I feel like it is going to hit a pick-me-up. And I feel like things are going to get more exciting again. Because again, I think that now that you've learned how to understand and function with your energy flow and be a lot more stingy when need be, you realize you can experience a lot more. Because I think before you were experiencing more like lulls, like highs and lows with your energy and what you're willing to entertain. And now it's kind of balancing out. What Spirit is asking you to release? We have Death with the Destiny rune and the Ten of Pentacles. So some of you, maybe not this year, or rather this month, but in the past, right? Potentially in October, someone in your family may have passed away. Or there may have been a lot of deaths in the family this year. And I feel like that put it all into perspective for you. If that's not the case, it could be someone that passed away before that, or, it could be this other thing that I'm about to talk about in a second. But physical death is something that those of us that get left behind, I see it as an initiation. When someone in our family, or we regard as family, passes away, one, I feel that on an ancestral level, we in some capacity absorb their energy. And because when doesn't matter what kind of life someone led on earth really, they go back to their pure form in spirit, right? And whatever innate power they had or gift they had, I feel like, especially depending on your relationship with them, you absorb that power, you absorb that insight, you absorb that talent, and potentially gain them as an ancestor that you can work with, right? So I feel like some of you have had your destiny, quote, altered, right? Your path altered by this person that transferred into the non-physical, that is giving you this new perspective. Okay, they may have been someone that you saw as like really, really strong, and it's like to see someone that you never thought would be weak or never thought would take a hit, you know what I mean? Is humbling, right? Now on the other side of things, death obviously is metaphorical. And death with destiny in the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like is a reminder that we never really quite know where life is heading and leading us, no matter how much we plan or no matter how much effort we have. And because we're having to release the Ten of Pentacles and accept the Ten of Cups, I feel like Spirit is saying that you may not have outward external indicators that the average person could say, oh, I know this Aries lives a fulfilled life. Oh, I know this Aries has a big family and they're successful. Oh, this, that, and the third, right? But the more that you shed that, the more that you can step into the energy that you are insanely fulfilled. Like, I feel like emotionally, you're in an amazing place. And other people, you may not have all those signposts and those markers that other people can identify as what it means to be happy and content and stable at 40, at 30, at 60, whatever the case may be. And I also feel like there's a realization that you may not be able to carry on your family's name in the way that they had wanted you to, or that they had anticipated, but you are breaking generational karma and generational curses. So it's important that you continue to just walk your own path and let whatever comes come. Because the door that's now open that was once closed, we have the Ten of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles. And on the Ten of Cups, we have the rune Prosperity. And, the Prosperity rune looks like the Jesus fish. So some of you may have been raised Christian or raised in a God-based, Jesus-based religion. And I don't think that you renounce that in any way, but I think that you're the only person in your family that may have alternative beliefs. And I think maybe some people in your family were concerned about whether or not you were ever going to be happy. Like, oh, did so-and-so, they denounced Jesus or they left the church. Like, they're never going to get married. Like, I wonder if they're happy. I wonder if God can help them, like that kind of thing. And you're having to like present it to them in a new way and be like, look, auntie, like, I love my life. Like, I have a very beautiful and bountiful life. Like, reference Proverbs, da-da-da-da. Look at my life is fantastic. You know what I mean? For others of you, I feel like, again, there's this resurgence of self-contentment. For those of you that are single, I feel that you're dating yourself in ways that you previously like didn't feel comfortable doing. I also feel like you're also in the energy of like, I'm going to be my own best friend. And I just feel like you're having a really good time on your own. That's not to say that you're not having any moments sharing with other people, but I feel like this is also an energy of like, I am my own family, and like, therefore, because I'm good with me and myself and my lifestyle, when I do see my family or when I do see my friends, I can enjoy them even more because I don't need them to be anything for me besides someone and people to enjoy. Because this Ten of Cups with Prosperity is saying that like, you understand now that just because you don't have all these people around all the time, that you can still feel and live a very fulfilling life that literally like has you asleep with a smile on your face. Like, I feel like you have just this energy right now that is flourishing, or it's going to be becoming that going into the new year. Because the Nine of Pentacles is someone that is not only content, but highly capable and has made a life that's very beautiful. And you know, there are some people who a partner in a marriage is what makes their life feel full and beautiful. And there are other people who need vacations in jewelry that they don't want to buy for themselves, or for people that want to, you know, their career and their career achievements makes them happy, or the ability to just catch a flight whenever they want makes them happy. So I feel like you're understanding that your own 10 of cups, your own perfect, optimal, fulfilling experience is extremely personal to you. And if you can finance it and if you can do it on your own, then ultimately, anyways, people are going to be attracted to that, and people that resonate with that are going to come into your life. Your overall energy as it relates to this in the month of December, in your head, we have the Ace of Wands. In your heart, the Ace of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. Oh, I just realized y'all got 3 aces. Nice. And in your foundation, we have the Queen of Cups. On the Queen of Cups, we have the Rune Journey. You know, I will say this because we have the Two of Cups and the outcome and stuff like that as well. The Queen of Cups with the Rune Journey, I feel like it's been a really, really long time since you shared yourself with somebody on an emotional scale. That's not to say that you haven't dated. That's not to say that you never had feelings for anybody. I just feel like in a very vulnerable, transparent way, I think it's been a long time since you shared yourself with somebody new. This doesn't necessarily have to be in a romantic manner. This can also be in a friendship manner. Like you haven't made new friends in a while that caused you to be completely open and completely transparent. Because the Queen of Cups does like to keep things to herself. Yes, she's very intuitive. Yes, she's very perceptive. Yes, she's very tapped in, but she doesn't open up a lot. She kind of is a little bit of a loner. And I don't think that has caused you to be lonely. I think it was an essential part of your path because it either taught you how to speak to your intuitive body, or it taught you how to not be independent, like in spite, like, oh, if I can't have anybody, like I'm gonna do my own thing, like that way, but like to really make peace with it. Because again, we have the Rune Journey here, so it's been a part of your path and it was an essential part of your path. But with all of these aces here and the other energy that's coming along, I feel like you're going into a phase where you're going to have to put what you've learned to use and start to live more extrovertedly, which technically is your nature. And I feel like you've been in a mode where like people see you out and you're out doing things and you're out like, you know, being social, but it's been very surface, and I feel like you're gonna have to tap back into the depths with somebody. With the Ace of Wands in your headspace, I feel like you're ready for excitement. I feel like you're open to new ideas and open to new ways of doing things. And I also feel like some of you literally may be open to one night stands, or just having a more dating type of scene, or not needing to take things so seriously. Some of you also may be getting ideas about how you can collaborate with people on a business scale. These have been things that you probably sat on for quite a while. For others of you, I feel like you have ideas that would make change in your local community. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups in your heart space, you know, I feel like now is the time to really, I don't want to say test is not the word, but like, for lack of a better term, I'll say test. But I feel like now's the time to put to the test who your allies are and who you can count on. Because the Ace of Pentacles with the Three of Cups is also saying that if you have all these ideas, you're going to have to plant seeds with somebody in order to start bringing things into fruition, because you can't do them all alone. But also with the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, I feel like, again, you're open to potentially casually dating or just having fun, making new friends, getting yourself out there, and just, again, like living out loud. I feel like you've been living a little quiet for a while, and you're understanding now that there's also a lot of opportunity to grow if you're willing to share yourself with other people. Because we get to points, and this is coming from Virgo, we get to a point where we can only learn so much in our comfort zone, or learn so much being around the same people, or learn so much in that period of isolation that we took, right? With that Five of Pentacles in the beginning, with the Temperance card. Sometimes we have to remove ourselves from situations to heal, but now is the time to reintegrate. Spirit's advice on how to navigate this energy, we have the Ace of Swords with the Page of Cups. And on the Page of Cups, we have the rune Fertility. So again, if this is work or creative in nature, I feel like Spirit is saying with all of these aces here that if you channel all this inspirational energy, write it down, right? Formulate a plan, find people that could, fill in these slots that you would need. I feel like your mind is going to be brimming with ideas of ways that you can not only bring a creative project that potentially could offer healing to a community, whether it be online or in your physical location, especially if you do spiritual work. Or again, healing the body, I feel like in a holistic manner is also a focus here. But also, I feel like you have a lot of opportunities, one, to mend fences, not with people that were like really toxic to you, but I feel like this is a really good time to extend forgiveness to old friends, or to bury the hatchet. This is for stuff that like went down that was petty. Also, with the Page of Cups here, I just think it's a really good time to make friends or meet potential romantic partners that are just more so kind of innocent and like just here for a good time, like not, in a way that you can enjoy, not in a way that's going to make you regret, like, opening up later. So I feel like the more open you're willing to be in allowing things to just happen, not trying to control them or not trying to figure out what's going to happen when, the more that you'll enjoy and get the most out of this month. So if someone's inviting you to a holiday party or something, go, right? Don't, and don't just talk to people that you know, socialize, have a good time. In the most likely outcome moving into January, we have Two of Cups with the rune Female. And then the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune, which these cards are in order. I just realized that. For the men that are watching this, I feel like this could definitely be a relationship with a woman, potentially a Leo or a Virgo, that maybe you've known before, that it's like you guys took a break from each other or you hadn't seen them in a long time. Again, this wouldn't be something that was like negative in nature or toxic in nature. But I feel like you guys would have a really strong connection, and like life just separated you for whatever reason. But you have really strong chemistry. I feel like you're going to get another crack at that if you want it. For others of you, especially for the women watching this, I feel like you've taken a really long respite out of creating relationships, whether they be romantic, friendship-based, whatever. I feel like you've taken a long break. This could be men as well, but I feel like you've taken a long break from creating relationships. With the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel that you have done a lot of digging into how you fed into karmic cycles, and in what ways have you allowed patterns to repeat themselves, how you've shown up in situations that were not for you or whatever, right? All of that stuff, all that inner work type of stuff. And you have successfully either begun or are like way into the process of also healing your relationship with the divine feminine, meaning because you're innately masculine in nature, I feel like you're learning how to receive people and knowing that relationships and connection is not always what you can do or what you can bring or are getting active. It's more about being open and just being willing. And through that willingness, there we go, lady. Through that willingness, I feel like you find connection that is a lot more soul satisfying and actually touches you in places that don't normally see the light. So I feel like you're coming into a time now where you're more willing to connect with people on a soul level and not brush along the surface. Like you can have all this fun and still be with people that resonate at a deep, deep core level. Okay? Aries, if you need a year ahead reading, all that info is in the description box. And y'all know I do the extended readings that are mid-month and love. I'm not like other readers. I don't post them immediately. So go to the description box and read on my website how you can buy them and when. All right? Love y'all. Peace.